Today we're going to make hollandaise sauce. My brother Joseph taught me how to make this sauce in around 1974. It's one of the 5 mother sauces, which means that you can make a lot of small sauces from the hollandaise sauce. At the same time, we're going to learn how to big pot blanch. So let's get going here. I want to explain what we have. Hollandaise sauce is going to be made with egg yolks, lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and then clarified butter. We can do it a number of different ways. Put it in a baggie, put it in a microwave, pot of boiling water, and it'll start to melt and clarify. This is what you're going to have when you're done, okay? So you see the clarified butter in between the liquid and the whey, okay? So the milk solids on top. That's clarified butter. What we do then, we just put that in the refrigerator until it gets hard. Then you can take it out of the bag and you removed the liquid. You can actually wash it. And there's my clarified butter, or ghee. We're going to melt it, bring it up to a warm temperature so that we can emulsify that into our egg yolks. I have 2 egg yolks here, and then 2 half shells of water. I've got my double boiler simmering. We're going to cook our egg yolks. Now you see I do a figure 8 going through my, okay, so that really is the proper way. Don't go like this. Try to do a figure 8. Now remember, the water underneath is quite hot. You don't want to curdle your egg yolks, so keep an eye on them. You want to cook them, right? You can see they're still really thin. You see I lift it up every once in a while just to get that temperature. I could feel it starting to get warm, okay? Bring it over here, my cutting board, with a little bit of lemon juice. Pinch of cayenne pepper. Some salt. I'm going to start adding my clarified butter. When I clarified a pound of butter, the yield was around 14 ounces. So for those of you who have made an emulsified vinaigrette or a mayonnaise, it's primarily the same technique. The cooked egg yolks, the warm butter, keeping the emulsification going, steady stream of clarified butter. We have our hollandaise sauce. You can thin this out with a little bit of water if it's too thick for you. We're going to use some different condiments here to make different sauces now. We're going to make 3 different sauces with the hollandaise sauce as a base. We're going to do a Sauce Maltaise, which is a sauce that's made with a reduction of blood orange. We're going to make a sauce Choron, which is a tomato coulis. This is just a chopped tomato concasse, which I cooked. It's a small amount, but if you have enough, you can puree it and it becomes a coulis. You can mix it in. I like it a little chunky, so it's fine for me. And then we're making a classic Béarnaise sauce with tarragon, shallot, peppercorns, white wine vinegar, and white wine reduction. There's also a sauce mousseline. If we did some whipped cream, mixing it with the hollandaise and really lighten it up, it's called sauce mousseline. Take a little bit of the reduction. So we chopped our shallots, crushed our peppercorns, chopped our tarragon, and we've made a reduction. Now you can make this reduction and keep it in your refrigerator for future uses. It goes really nice with a lot of different things. You can make a Béarnaise vinaigrette, for example. Or you can take a brown sauce and mix it in and make a Béarnaise bordelaise, if you will. So a little bit of the reduction. Hollandaise sauce. our sauce Béarnaise. We're going to go ahead and make a sauce Choron. Hollandaise sauce. We have our sauce Choron. We'll go ahead and make our Maltaise. Hollandaise sauce. A beautiful sauce Maltaise. So you learned how to make Hollandaise sauce, Béarnaise sauce, sauce Choron, sauce Maltaise. What can you use it for? As I explained, one of the classic dishes for Hollandaise sauce is eggs Benedict. Béarnaise sauce goes beautifully with steak, filet mignon. Sauce Choron I really love with chicken, grilled chicken, or just beautifully poached chicken. Sauce Maltaise, I love that with a little bit of fish. Turbo is great, sole, cod, anything. But of course you can use them for anything that you want. We're gonna put some on some vegetables now. Asparagus, classic asparagus Hollandaise, and we're gonna put our sauce Choron on our broccoli. Hollandaise sauce cannot be refrigerated. So we wanna use it within a relatively short period of time after we make it. We want to be able to keep it warm, so you want to keep it somewhere near your stove, your oven, so that it stays warm, covered up with a piece of plastic wrap, and you'll be fine, okay? So we're going to prepare some vegetables here. I want to show you a couple things. A couple ways to do asparagus. We've used a peeler, you can see that. And then we've used our green scrubby, which we've used on carrots before, and you can see the result of that. So what we want to do first is to remove the leaves. Okay. And then if you're using your green scrubby, just hold it. It's moist, the green scrubby is wet. Just removes that really exterior of the skin. Now you break your asparagus where it breaks, it's this natural tender spot. The asparagus that we're going to do peeling, I always take something to elevate my asparagus, okay? This is just a small strainer I have, it could be almost anything. I have a Swiss peeler here, just go very lightly. Just drawing it through. Natural break point, okay? We want to bundle it so it cooks evenly. And it also, by bundling it, you protect the leaves, the cluster of leaves at the tip. So I just want to make sure my tips are even. So I start like that. You can see the bases aren't. Right. And then at the furthest position at the top, I want to start to wrap my string around the bundle so that it's creating what we, in essence, is one piece of vegetable. So it'll cook much more evenly. And then take it down and cross it over and do the bottom the same way. Trim the bottom. And there you have it, our 2 bundles of asparagus. Beautiful broccoli just came out of the garden this morning. We still have some of our winter vegetables. Just removing the leaves. And then again, with my peeler, I want to remove the skin down to the core so that it has an opportunity to cook correctly and uniformly. Go ahead and cut this one in half. And then we have our broccoli. Our water is boiling quite rapidly. Go ahead and put a good amount of salt in there. The salt's going to maintain the vibrancy of the green color, as well as season the vegetable at the same time. Go ahead and we'll do our asparagus first. The water's boiling. Drop our asparagus in. The water doesn't stop boiling. That's really what we want to achieve, is the water doesn't stop boiling. How long do we want to cook our green vegetables? Well, that's really dependent on how you like to eat your vegetables. In the Nouvelle Cuisine days, the vegetables were always a little al dente, a little crunchy. I like to cook my green vegetables just to the point where a knife will penetrate it with just a slight bit of resistance, okay? There's our one. Now this one cooks a little faster than the one we've done with our green scrubby. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing with our broccoli, okay? Water's boiling, highly salted. Drop our broccoli in. Water maintains a boil. Okay. Because of the florets on the broccoli, you need to be really, really careful. And that's why I like to peel it to remove that skin so that the skin cooks quickly and maintains the florets intact. There we go. A little hollandaise sauce. Let's put this sauce Choron on our other asparagus. We'll put the sauce Maltaise on the broccoli. Broccoli and orange. Asparagus with Hollandaise, classic. Asparagus with sauce Choron. And beautiful broccoli with sauce Maltaise.